Have you ever had your credit card declined? Then you know how uncomfortable it can feel when that purchase doesn't go through. In this video, I'm gonna break down what to do in the moment, and I'm also going to give you tips on how to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Hey, Lindsay here with Mind Money Balance. I'm a financial therapist that talks to people about everything related to getting their mind and money in balance. In this video, I'm answering somebody's question about what to do in those awkward or uncomfortable money situations. And in this particular situation, they had a question about what to do when a person's credit card is declined. First, we're going to talk about what to do in the moment, and then we're going to talk about what to do to prevent it from happening again. So in the moment, if your card is declined, one easy thing to do is to try and swap out a different card, either a different credit card or a different debit card, or if you haven't gotten your good or service yet, see if you can cancel it. So if that latte hasn't yet been made, if you ask them to not make it, that's what you can do. If, however, you're in a situation where you've already received that good or service, you were at a nice dinner and you've already received the dinner and you had your dessert and then you go to pay and your card is declined, that can feel really uncomfortable. But don't fret. What you can do is offer a little bit of collateral to the manager or to the server while you go out and get money. So by that I mean leaving something like your ID or your cell phone there and running around the corner to the ATM to grab some money. If you don't have that option, you can always ask whomever you were out to dinner with if they can spot you the cash and you can pay them back. Worst case scenario, you don't have that capacity, leave the server or the manager your phone number and let them know a day and time that you'll be back to pay that tab. Some restaurants are really reasonable about it, whereas others kind of rightfully don't really enjoy kind of an IOU when it comes to money. So that's what to do in the moment. First, see if you can find a different way to pay for that thing or cancel that good or service if you're able to cancel it. So how do we prevent it from happening again? First, figure out why it happened in the first place. Is this something that happens a lot to you? Do you find that your debit card gets declined several times a month? If that is the case, then it's worth kind of checking out what it is that you are spending your money on and what is causing you to be in this space of kind of running up against a zero balance in your checking account and seeing if you can retweak some things so that that doesn't happen. And the other thing is that banks are so smart now, you can set some sort of alert when your balance hits a certain point so that you know you're getting close to hitting that limit. So for example, you get a text every time your checking account hits $50 or less. Then you know kind of where you stand, so you're less likely to go out and swipe that card for something that you can't afford. If your credit card was declined, first make sure that it was supposed to have been declined. So a lot of cards today have a lot of built-in safety measures. So if you were doing some spending that's a little bit outside of what's considered regular for you, they may have declined a purchase in order to try and protect you. So first make sure that that's not going on. And if it is, then you can just verify that you are who you are, and then they can usually allow you to use that card again. However, if you are hitting that credit limit again and again, take a step back, see where you're spending that money, and see if you can figure out ways to shift that spending. If you find yourself in this position a lot, I would encourage you to get a credit card that has a lower credit limit. That is not super great for your credit score because you don't ever want to decrease your line of credit. But let's say you have a credit card that has a $1,000 limit and you have a credit card that has a $500 limit. If you're prone to maxing out that card, choose the lower one, choose the $500 one so that you're less likely to overdo it, or you at least hit that wall sooner rather than later. I talk about credit cards a lot, particularly credit scores, and why I like utilizing them to do things like travel for cheap or for free through something called travel hacking. But if you can't manage your credit cards, then there's nothing wrong with shifting your spending from a credit card to a debit card, because at least then you're going to hit that spending ceiling and you're not going to go into debt because of your spending habits. So I hope that helps for that person who wanted to know what to do if their card gets declined. And if you have more questions, I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments below what types of embarrassing money moments you've had, and maybe I will answer them in a next video.